Okay, so one of the things that might happen to the claws during shipment or even afterwards is it's possible that they could get warped since they are made of a plastic material. Whenever they are left in a warmer environment and they're not laying on a flat surface, it's possible that they could warp a little bit and bend. You can see on this one, it's got a little bit of a bend to it going in that direction. So I'm going to show you guys what to do if that ever happens to your claws or if they arrive that way when you open up your package. Basically all you're going to have to do is you have to warm it back up again so that it becomes pliable. You definitely don't want to try and bend the plastic when it's at room temperature or when it's colder because then the plastic will be more likely to snap. Especially in the weaker parts like on this knuckle wrap here or towards the tip of the claw. Those are the weaker parts of the claw since they're thinner, so they'd be more likely to snap if you were to try and just bend it when the plastic is cold. So you can warm it up with a heat gun or a hair dryer, or you could even do it in your oven or by putting it on like the dashboard of your car on a warm summer day. So the temperature just has to get up, probably to about 150 degrees or so. You want to make sure that you try and heat it as evenly as possible along the entire part that needs to be straightened. So if you just have one part that needs to be straightened, like just say this little tab here is warped, then you don't have to heat the whole claw. You just need to heat that one area there, but you want to make sure that you apply the heat evenly all the way around it. If you got a claw like this one here that's bent, in a long curve throughout the majority of the claw, then you're going to make sure you heat it evenly all the way up both sides of the claw. So I'm going to do that real quick. This heat gun is kind of loud, so I'm not going to be talking while I'm doing it, and I'm going to turn down the volume. Okay, so I just warmed it up with the heat gun. You can see that the claw is now pretty flexible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it on a flat surface and just kind of smooth it out, making sure to push down evenly all throughout the claw. and that's going to make the claw flat. Now, towards the tip of the claw, it doesn't actually touch the surface. So if you were to push the tip of the claw down, then you would notice that the tip of the claw is going to look a little crooked. So you got to make sure that the tip of the claw is not touching, but when you flip the claw from one side to the other, that the tip of the claw remains in the middle. So then you can also like eyeball it, make sure that it's straight. So now we've got a straight claw. As the plastic cools back down to room temperature, then it will maintain the new shape. Okay, so I also wanted to let y'all know that the claws are made of a urethane casting resin, which is essentially plastic. And there's a metallic powder that's embedded into the surface of the claw, which gives it the metallic look and shine. But it's possible, it's not paint, but it is possible that it could get scratched or scuffed like paint could. So if the scratch or the scuff goes down deep enough, it can go past that metallic layer and into the resin, which is a gray color. So what I wanted to let y'all know, if that ever happens, you know, there is something you can do to touch up the claw. There's a metallic paint made by Martha Stewart, and it is an acrylic paint, and it is called Sterling. Okay, so I just wanted to show that to you guys. There's the Martha Stewart, alright, and there's the Sterling. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to get a high quality brush like this one here. Okay, get a little bit of that metallic paint on there, and you want to go with the brush strokes, the grain, you might want to say, of the claw itself, because there is the kind of a brushed texture to the claw, which kind of gives it like a stainless steel appearance. But you want to get the metallic paint and just brush along with that pattern, and you go over a couple times, let that layer, let that coat dry for a few minutes, and then you can go back over and do another coat. In about 3 or 4 coats, the black part, you know, the grayish color of the resin will go away, and it'll all have the metallic sheen back. So this is not an exact match, but it's really close, especially like on smaller parts that you have to do. Like if you, I've had to repaint the entire top of the claw before, and I did it with the Martha Stewart paint, and after I did that, you know, you couldn't tell the difference between the sides and the top of the claw. So just wanted to let y'all know there is that option for you in case your claws ever get scuffed or scratched.